The political landscape of Egypt underwent a dramatic transformation with the military overthrow of President Mohamed Morsi in July 2013. This event was the culmination of tensions involving Morsi's affiliation with the Muslim Brotherhood and widespread public dissatisfaction. The Brotherhood, having a significant but controversial presence in Egyptian politics, especially after the 2011 Arab Spring, found itself at the epicenter of these tensions. The situation unfolded into a true crime narrative with deep political implications. In August 2013, the sit-in at Rabaa al-Adawiya Square became the site of one of the most severe instances of state-led violence against demonstrators in recent history. Egyptian security forces undertook a brutal crackdown that resulted in the death of at least 800 protesters. This act was not just a response to a public gathering, but a stark display of political violence aimed at suppressing and eliminating opposition. Following the massacre, the Egyptian judiciary conducted a mass trial involving 739 defendants, which included high-profile leaders from the Muslim Brotherhood such as Mohammed Beatty, Assam El-Arian, Mohammed Beltaji, and Safwa Hegazi. These trials have been heavily criticized for their lack of procedural fairness and for the collective nature of the charges. Human rights organizations highlighted that many received harsh sentences, including the death penalty, with little evidence of direct involvement in violence or any actions that would typically warrant such severe punishments. The defendants in these mass trials can be seen as victims of political violence, where the state's apparatus was used not just to maintain law and order but to carry out punitive measures against political adversaries. This reflects a broader pattern of using legal mechanisms as tools for political repression. The trials were marked by a notable absence of individualized evidence and a disregard for the principles of justice and fairness, underscoring the systemic issues within the Egyptian judicial and political systems in handling dissent. The international community's response, although critical, has varied in its impact, with some countries and international bodies calling for reforms and others remaining engaged with Egypt without significant pushback against these human rights abuses. The trials and the manner in which they were conducted continue to affect Egypt's political landscape, influencing how dissent is perceived and managed. As Egypt continues on its path post-Arab Spring, the events of 2013 remain a somber reminder of the challenges faced in balancing governance, security, and human rights. These events call for a re-evaluation of how justice is administered, especially in politically sensitive contexts. They highlight the essential need for international advocacy and reforms aimed at protecting individuals from political violence and ensuring that governments adhere to universal standards of human rights and justice. This ongoing struggle represents a critical chapter in the fight for human rights and justice across the globe.